What is up, everybody? This is Sleepy Breach coming to you here today. We are rolling home from work on a Monday. Tonight's Monday Night Raw. Make sure you head on over to Netflix. You get in there early. Make sure you hear those beats for those 10 minutes in the waiting room before Raw. Honestly, I get down to those things. I look forward to those things each and every week. I've sort of got used to the way they go, getting down. It is what it is. This week, honestly, should be a big week on Monday Night Raw. I might have been just dead set wrong. I really thought the story for Backlash was going to be Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw being challenged by CM Punk and Roman Reigns, kind of being the only ones that could stand up to them. And Punk and Roman, they weren't on Raw. I was like, hey, well, they're both SmackDown guys, so maybe they'll be on SmackDown. And Braun and Rollins will just be there causing hell, and they'll stand up to him. That didn't happen. Punk did a live stream the other day, said he wasn't going to be on Raw. And I don't really see them setting up this match the Friday before Backlash. So I'm not really sure what the hell's going on with that. I thought that it would be kind of like, Punk and Roman, working really good as a team, and then all of a sudden somebody wants the glory for the one getting the pin. Next thing you know, it's CM Punk hitting Roman with the GTS. Maybe it's Roman accidentally hitting CM Punk with some sort of a spear. And we're off to the races. This is probably going to be the year of Rollins and Braun causing havoc, as well as Heyman, all over WWE. It's probably going to be a really big storyline. I'm not quite sure if there's going to be a pay-per-view in the month of June, but I'm guessing we're going to get something on the way to SummerSlam. So maybe that match is coming, it's just not here now. They're giving Punk and Roman some time off after, the big push to WrestleMania. And then they'll be refreshed in order for SummerSlam to come around. SummerSlam, I'm thinking we're going to get Roman versus Punk one-on-one, the match that people want to see. Cody Rhodes is on the poster. Maybe it's going to be Cena versus Cody, the rematch. Maybe it's going to go down on SummerSlam. In my mind, I was thinking you keep those guys far away from each other the entire year, and then maybe like the last show that Cena's supposed to be on, we get Cody versus Cena once again in the rematch, and it's the match that everybody wanted to see. And we're off to the races, and that way we don't need to see Cena lose the title and then all of a sudden be stuck in this whole what do we do with Cena the rest of the year, and then we don't have to have Cody lose once again, because we're not going to get Cody versus Solo Sikoa yet once again. That was the SummerSlam main event last year. That one was kind of a head scratcher, but of course on the road to WrestleMania, we had Solo Sikoa attack Cody Rhodes on SmackDown, and then we never heard another word about it. And Solo is kind of stuck being the manager of the United States champion, and we're gonna have to see what's going on with that. Not quite sure if we're going to get Randy Orton on Raw tonight, or just another promo on SmackDown, but I'm looking forward to a big one. I'm looking forward to a big, huge match. We already know that Cena's not going to be on Raw. He's not going to be on SmackDown. They announced the next show that he's going to be on, because they announced his shirts rolling out, and that's St. Louis. Those are the shirts that are going to come out for Backlash. Using the Rams colors. Maybe it's the Blues colors. I guess you could say it's either the Blues or the Rams, and it is what it is. Do you think there's somebody out there really collecting all of the John Cena shirts for the the march down of the last year of John Cena. I mean, I was really surprised that they came out with the special one that he'd wrestled in, and then of course, the championship 17-time shirt. 2 shirts for, one city, Las Vegas. Couldn't believe it. But it is what it is. Fanatics printing out that cash. This match though, Orton versus Cena. I'm not an idiot. I've been around the wrestling world. Randy Orton, damn good wrestler. But there's no way in the world Randy's winning this match. I don't think even the biggest Randy Orton fans in the world believe that Orton has a chance to win this. I think that everybody out there is sort of looking at this as like maybe it's Orton's last main event. We're on the last year of John Cena. Cena is a little bit older than Randy, but it's not like Randy is dead set younger than Cena. You got to think if this is the last year of John Cena, when is the last year of Randy Orton coming around? He's had a few big injuries. We know that he loves this. I think he loves the wrestling business more than he needs the money that he is making. I'm sure he's making a lot of money. He's probably one of the top guys, top earners in WWE. But this guy, he once wrestled in the greatest wrestling match of all time against Edge. And I believe the last Orton versus Cena match that I can remember was like TLC. I want to see it was like 2013. It was the December before WrestleMania 30, TLC. They had the TLC match where they unified the World Heavyweight Championship that, lineages all the way back to WCW with the WWE title. It was the double title that Orton wore. It was the double title that Daniel Bryan wore. And then I can't remember who beat Daniel Bryan, but I know John Cena had it. And then they ended up retiring that belt, and they gave a new belt that became the WWE Championship to Brock. At least I'm pretty sure. That's at least what I kind of remember. But I am really looking forward to a really, really good match. Orton and Cena, they are the history of WWE. They both came up in 2002. They both pretty much, started, main eventing. Orton won his first World Heavyweight Championship against Benoit at that SummerSlam. And of course, WrestleMania 20, Cena wins the United States belt. WrestleMania 21, he wins the World Heavyweight Championship. These guys have been main event status in WWE for a long time. And, I know that as a wrestling fan myself, I can't really remember what year it was, but I want to say it was like in the 2008 period. It seemed like Cena and Orton main evented every pay-per-view. They, main evented every Monday Night Raw. And how much I would love to rewind the clock to go back and watch a lot of the stuff that I remember. I remember at the time, I hated it. It was kind of like I bought into the John Cena can't wrestle. John Cena, is being force-fed to us by WWE. He seems like, they're just trying to prove to us that John is a good wrestler, that he can beat this guy, that guy, the other guy. I believed all that crap. The stuff that I read on the internet, which is funny because that was before that I was on Twitter or anything like that. So I was still reading it, whether it was on, like, at that time, wrestling message boards, or maybe I was looking at it on Facebook or MySpace or whatever the hell was going on at the time. But I think this is going to be a very, very entertaining match. I think that there's going to be RKOs. I think there's going to be, definite falls. That looks like the match is going to go each and every way. I think they've learned their lesson. I'm not looking forward to Travis Scott being involved in this match. I don't think they're going to force that upon us. It's Backlash. I don't really know if they can afford to send, you know, Travis Scott to Backlash and put him out there. Just keep going forth with the plan. You know, whenever we get Cena versus Cody again, I think it's going to be a huge, huge deal. Definitely the 2 nights for SummerSlam. I'm not going to fight it. It's just not what I thought was going to be along the way. I definitely want to see it again, this time from my couch. I think it's going to be one hell of a night. I don't know. Do you guys think that Orton has any chance to win this match? I just really don't see it. I think that we're going in knowing that we're going to be entertained. There's going to be some oohs and some ahs along the way. And, you know, deep down in my gut, I'm thinking this is probably Orton's last main event of his career. Unless they give him some sort of big, you know, last match where he's going to wrestle for the title any other way. But, I mean, with Backlash being in St. Louis, I think at one point, didn't they tell us this pay-per-view was going to be in Mexico City and something like fell apart or something like that? I'm not really quite sure, but I seem to remember something saying that they were going to Mexico. There was going to be a lot of like out of the country pay-per-views, PPVs, whatever the hell they call them. You know, that's the way it goes down. And the second I saw that poster with Orton covered in snakes, I was like, they know what they're doing. This is going to be good. But let me know what you guys think. Backlash coming around the turn.